Hello everyone. In the previous tutorial, we had selected the data and we successfully displayed the data to our page. Let me take you back to this page here. We can see that everything is working fine. We have all our data here. The next thing we will learn is how to specify somewhere that the user themselves can enter and specify data. To do this, I will delete all the codes in my page except connect include. If I don't connect to my database, it's not going to work. There's a lot of extracting and some other things to be found. I will retain first name, last name, date of birth, and gender, either female or male. Below here, I will create a form. This will be an HTML form, so we need to start and end our tags. Our action will be mysql.php and our method is going to be post. Here we will create a form in which the user can specify a name. For the name we will use our surname. You can use any one of them. For example, your date of birth or gender to search. It is your choice. You could even use two fields to search. I will now show you how to use two fields so that you know that it is not very complicated but easy. Here I will type first name and I'll create an input box of type text, and the name of this will be first name. We will create a break here and type last name. Next we will create another input box by copying the previous line and passing it here. So this line is exactly the same, but instead of first name we type in last name. We will type input types equals submit and the value of that will be get data. Hence we have taken the first name and last name and the submit button. If I refresh this, we can see first name and last name has appeared. I will delete this for now, and to do this I will check if the submit button has been pressed. To do this I will first name the submit button as submit. Then I will type in an if statement if $_post submit. If the submit button has been pressed, start the block. This is the block of code to be executed and we end our block where we want this to end. This is after this curly bracket here because that is a part of our while statement here. We don't actually need our while statement for this, but I will still keep it for the sake of it. I will now type grab post data and $first name. So this is $_post first name, and then I will type last name. I will copy first name and paste it here and change it to last name. So we've got our first name and last name. I will type echo and this message record for first name. On second thoughts, let us not do this at the moment. I will go straight to my query here. If you remember, I had mentioned that you can specify what data you want in particular. For this, I will type select star from people where first name equals Alex and last name equals Garrett. I had not shown this inside this piece of query where we are selecting. I had shown it in the update where we can update where the first name equals Alex and the last name equals Garrett. Now we will select everything we want from our table here and we will say select everything where our first name is Alex to last name is Garrett. If we look at our database here, we are searching for our first name and matching it to Alex, searching for the surname and matching it to Garrett. We're selecting this whole row of data here, which is highlighted in pink at the moment, and we're just selecting the whole data from here. From the date of birth to gender, my ID to my first name and last name. So we've understood that this will select only one record at this time. Therefore, we don't need to order by the ID, but I'll keep it like that anyway since there's only one record. Ordering is not an issue, so we can just leave it that way. Okay, so we're running a loop. We're selecting each part of data here and we're changing our male to male and female to female. We're echoing out our data based on this query because this data based query is specific to my first and surname. Then we're only going to echo out the first name and the last name over here that has been found, which is my first and last name, but by changing Alex here to first name, which is here. Now that's a repetition. This is a double variable here. We have the first name, and so here I will name this as first name underscore form and last name underscore form. We will select from where the first name has been posted equal to this and the last name that we posted equal to last name form. So this is the data that's come from our form. So if I were to type Alex Garrett in my HTML form and submit it, then this will equal Alex and this will equal Garrett. Our query will return only one result because at the moment we have only one person named Alex Garrett. So it will take all the data for Alex Garrett and check for female or male and then echo out this particular message. So if I come here and refresh at the moment, there's nothing because no data has been specified in these form variables here. Let me show you. These are empty, therefore we are selecting star from people under this condition where the name equals to nothing and the last name equals to nothing. That has not returned any data at the moment because what we got in our first name and last name are actual people's names. Anyway, now I'll just type in a completely random name. So let's say David Green and click get data and nothing has happened, okay? If we had an error message at the end over here, this is our query written over here. I could say or die MySQL error. I go back here and say David Green and click get data and oh, we don't have an error. Oh yes, that's because the structure of the SQL code correct and so we don't get any error. I was just testing that out. Now let's suppose that we do have a name that's in our database. Let's say Alex Garrett and we click get data. We are represented here with Alex Garrett was Ron blah 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 and his mail. Let's type Dale Garrett and click get data and we'll see that information from the database. So you can see that this is very useful to incorporate forms into our data. I will stop here and go on to the next part where I'll be talking about how to update records using this method. Many of you would be able to do that on your own by now, but I'll take you through it anyways along with a few other useful things. Okay, so see you soon. This is Ivan Verki dubbing for the Spoken Tutorial project. Bye bye.